Welcome to this explainer. Today, we're diving straight into exactly how U.S. citizens can sponsor their brothers or sisters for permanent residency in the United States. It's definitely a journey that requires a ton of patience and preparation, but the ultimate reward is having your family together permanently. So if you're looking to navigate the, let's be honest, highly complex bureaucracy of bringing your sibling to the States, you are absolutely in the right place. We're going to break down the exact rules, the required paperwork, and the timeline realities you really need to be prepared for, all based directly on the official guidelines.
Here is our quick roadmap for today's explainer. We'll cover who can sponsor siblings, gathering the required documents, the step-by-step process, navigating timelines and delays, and finally, the benefits of residency.
Section 1. Who can sponsor siblings? The gatekeepers of the F4 visa.
Okay, let's lay down the ground rules right away, because sponsorship isn't just for anyone. You can't just be any U.S. citizen. You actually have to be at least 21 years old and totally prepared to take on strict financial responsibilities through an affidavit of support. But while those sponsor rules are pretty rigid, the definition of an eligible sibling is actually wonderfully inclusive. It covers biological brothers and sisters, half-siblings, and adopted siblings. It even covers step-siblings, provided that the qualifying marriage occurred before they turned 18.
Now there's one massive point of confusion we need to clear up immediately. You absolutely must be a U.S. citizen to act as a sponsor. That means green card holders are strictly disqualified from petitioning for their siblings. If you currently hold a green card and you want to bring your brother or sister over, well, you'll just have to wait until you successfully become a full U.S. citizen before you can even begin this application.
By the way, this entire pathway has an official name. It's known as the Family Fourth Preference, or F4 category. This is vital to remember moving forward. Whenever you're checking on visa numbers or reading through endless government processing updates, F4 is your magic identifier. It's the official umbrella under which your sibling's future is processed.
Moving right along to Section 2, gathering the required documents. Preparation is key.
Before you even think about filing anything, you've got to prepare for a literal mountain of paperwork. As the sponsor, the burden of proof falls squarely on your shoulders first. You are responsible for providing undeniable proof of your U.S. citizenship. You'll also need your birth certificate, which is super critical because that's what establishes the biological or legal link to your sibling. Beyond proving who you are, you have to prove you can support them. This means gathering up your financial documents and properly completing the affidavit of support using Form I-864 when required. It's all about showing the government that you have the legal standing and the financial means to be a sponsor.
On the flip side, your sibling has to gather their own extensive documentation. They need a valid passport and their own birth certificate, again, to connect those family dots directly back to you. They'll also need standard photos and eventually a cleared medical exam. Plus, depending on their personal background, they might potentially need to track down police or marriage certificates, as well as any prior immigration records if those apply. It is a whole lot to pull together, sure, but getting this checklist right the first time is exactly how you protect your application from unnecessary roadblocks.
All right, Section 3, the step-by-step process from petition to arrival.
The core journey kicks off with the heavy bureaucracy phase. Step 1. You, the sponsor, formally file Form I-130. Once that's submitted, Step 2 is the USCIS reviewing the petition. Now, if they approve it, you don't just instantly get a visa. Instead, you hit Step 3, waiting for a visa number under that F4 category we talked about earlier. Honestly, this waiting period is really the defining feature of the whole sibling green card process. Finally, once a visa number actually becomes available, we reach Step 4, where the National Visa Center takes over to process the actual visa application. Once the paperwork finally clears the National Visa Center, we enter the action phase. Step 5 is where your sibling completes their required medical exam. After they get cleared medically, Step 6 is the pivotal visa interview. This is where all that documentation you both gathered is finally reviewed in person. If everything goes smoothly, they reach Step 7. They receive the immigrant visa, travel to the U.S., and officially obtain that green card. It's a long staircase, but every single step gets you closer to a reunion.
Which brings us to Section 4, navigating timelines and delays, the reality check.
Look, you really must be prepared for the fact that this process usually takes many, many years. Why? Well, largely because sibling visas are subject to incredibly strict annual limits. There is a hard cap on how many F4 visas the U.S. government hands out every single year. On top of that, the waiting time is highly dependent on something called the country of chargeability, basically the applicant's country of origin. Because of these hard numerical limits, the backlog can be really significant.
To keep a brutally long wait from becoming even longer, you've got to be proactive.
Simple things like missing documents or incomplete forms can set you back immensely, so always submit accurate copies the first time around. If you submit weak proof of your relationship, the easy fix is to provide strong, clear primary evidence right out of the gate. And finally, with wait times being so long, it is so easy to lose track of your case and completely miss a vital interview or medical exam. The ultimate pro tip here? Regularly check your case status and respond immediately to any agency requests from the USCIS or NVC. Do not let a silly clerical error add years to your wait.
Let's move to Section 5, the benefits of residency, the finish line.
So why do we put ourselves through all this? Because crossing the finish line unlocks massive, life-changing benefits for your sibling. It allows them to live permanently in the United States. It grants them the total right to work legally and to study in the U.S. They can even travel internationally, as long as they properly maintain their U.S. residency status. And honestly, perhaps most importantly, having this green card eventually makes them eligible to apply to become a U.S. citizen themselves down the line, assuming all other requirements are met. It doesn't just change their current location, it completely changes their entire future trajectory.
As we wrap up this explainer, I want to leave you with one final thought. This process is undeniably a marathon, fraught with strict rules and waiting periods that can quite literally span years. But it brings up a vital question you really must ask yourself before filing that very first form. Just how much time, patience, and energy are you willing to invest today to secure a lifetime together with your family in the United States tomorrow? Thanks for joining us for this explainer.